this isn't for everybody. You know, it's expensive. You've got to have perseverance, dedication, and the equipment. And you realize that this is not a destination. This is really a journey. We were 2 weeks before Dorian, and we finally found all these coins. And then a week before Dorian, we were getting ready to leave the site because the storm was bearing down. I found 2 gold coins, and I couldn't believe it. And it was like, here comes the storm. I'm holding gold coins. I went out on the bow, and I was like the priest on Caddyshack going, not now, please, not now. And we left the site, and we didn't get back there for 9 months. I literally dreamt of gold and silver for 9 months.
Ready? Yep. You ready, Mr. A?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what is Walker's Key? What is it, and how did you come to own it?
Oh, wow. Walker's Key is probably the most unique 75 acres on the planet. I've been coming out here since I was 12 years old. My stepdad brought me here in the spring of, 1976. And we crossed the Gulf Stream, and I climbed up in this tower of this old trawler we were in and saw Walker's for the first time. And I said, boy, what's that? He grabbed me by the shoulder. Son, that's Walker's Cay. And I've been coming here, going back to Florida. We'd always stop in the marina and spend a couple nights, and I'd run down the runway, and there'd be a couple of plane crashes at the end of the runway always. And the fishing around here is just, this is a fishing mecca. And in '04, Janine and Francis knocked it out, and I sold my company in '16, and I've been here with the fleet and decided, boy, let's buy it and let's bring this island back to what it once was. We came in and made it extended out there, so we built that super yacht base. And it's pretty neat. I mean, big yachts like that come in, where do you go? You go to Nassau, Freeport. We're kind of unique, you know. We're sort of we can fit 10 big yachts up to 200 feet, 14-foot draft. Got a bunch of fuel here, great water power. The iconic dock in the middle was really what I pictured I wanted to rebuild, and that iconic walk down the dock, which everybody remembers, that's back. So the island was totally devastated in 2004 with 2 hurricanes back to back. It took out everything here in the island, and it devastated this island over here, Little Grand, with 700 people on it, Bahamians on it. And I was, you know, I bought it in 18 and this happened in 19. And it was just this disaster that happened right away.
At this hour, we are watching this. The Bahamas are being devastated by their strongest storm ever.
In the Bahamas, a Category 5 hurricane churning for hours, just really sitting there. Homes wiped away, no power tonight, devastation everywhere you look.
When Dorian hit, we literally stopped everything we were doing. And between the Axis, the Gigi, and even the frigate, we spent 3 months, 11 trips back and forth with everything you can imagine, to the West End, to Little Grand, to Freeport. And we cleared the decks and just, I mean, you should have seen some of the pictures of it loaded up with all this, you know, relief stuff. And as it evolved, we started more in equipment and air conditioning and roofing supplies and wiring and things like that. But it was 3 months of just nonstop, and we didn't do anything here on the island. We're here walking out the Lucayan Harbor here. Here's an example of how conservation works. This is what a plate looks like when we found it, and you can see the silver oxide, and it's all crustated. There's some life that actually grew on there. And this is what it looks like after we conserved it. And this takes, in this case, this takes about 3 months. And this would actually look exactly like what it did the day that they used it. I was 23 years old. A buddy of mine invited me to Key West, and we were just going recreational diving, but we happened to run into Mel Fisher at the museum, and that meeting changed my life. It almost went to work for the man. Thank God I didn't, because I was able to build a company and come back and do it my way and our way. But he really got me into it. He asked me, or he told me actually, that the next ship he would look for is this Nuestra Señora de la Maravilla, which has been on my mind for decades. What's cool about the Maravilla site is it's shallow, it's clear, it's warm. What's bad about it is we're very susceptible to weather, because the current out there goes to the north. You get a north wind and the tide fights current, and it's just, we almost need perfect conditions. The bad thing about, there can be sharks out there. It is dangerous. We watch out a lot for that. I always worry about the dive operations, people getting hurt. We don't dive deep enough to worry about the bends, but we do worry about hypoxia. That's an issue. People get excited when they find stuff. Oh, I want to shoot to the surface. But we do our best to say, hey, if you find something, take a breath. But when you run into this, it's pretty hard to hold your breath. I mean, that is an amazing piece, and it's not like you got to look around and dig. When this is there, you know it. It's sort of a combination of fishing and hunting, and I don't hunt anymore, but I fish a lot, and it's treasure hunting brought that back to me, and it's that feeling of finding something and looking at it, if somebody held this and used it. And we've recovered about 14,000 artifacts in the last 4 years. We're in our 5th year this year, and so close, I believe, to some kind of big pile. And we actually opened a museum in Lucaya last summer, August 7th. Been open about 8-9 months now. So. The very first thing I did when I decided I was going to do everything was to build a fleet. And I bought Gigi for my wife's birthday, named it after her, which always helps. And then I said, we're going to the boat show that year. And she said, well, we're going to the boat show. We already have a boat. I said, well, no, we have your boat. And I saw Axis from a distance. I didn't even go on it. And it was packed, all these people, and it was crowded and chaos. And I was about 3 or 4 docks away. And I said to my president, I said, there it is, that's the one. And he goes, all right, well, let's go look at it. No, I don't want to look at it. No, just tell them we want to buy it. And Rose Damen was there, and she was thrilled, because it was real early in the stages of these type of vessels turning into yacht support. And I think I was the 2nd or 3rd one. And so we bought the boat, and then obviously I did a lot of aftermarket stuff to it. I built a garage, put a new deck on it, put some quarters in, did the whole bridge differently. And it's 5 years old. It's really been, the Axis has been the key to everything, hurricane relief and treasure hunting and island building. She holds 70,000 gallons of diesel. She makes 30,000 gallons of water every day. She's got a complete dive shop in the back here. She holds the tender, she holds the submarine, she holds a small airplane. I just love the company. They've been real good to us, and that thing has really been the key to everything we do. My wife and I have a great life, and we've had the opportunity to give back when we can. And it's not just money, it's your presence. It's so much more when people don't just see cash, they see your face and know that somebody cares.